I come in?
Please come.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Shikhar. Please sit down.
Thank you.
So, Shikhar, are you comfortable?
Yes, sir.
We start with your brief introduction.
Sir, my name is SHIKHAR MOGHA. I hail from Ghaziabad district of Uttar Pradesh. I am a civil engineer, graduated from NIT Kurukshetra in 2021. This is my third attempt at the civil services. My optional is anthropology, and in my free time, I like watching movie recaps.
Movie?
Recaps.
Recaps. Okay. Good. So, Shikhar, you're from Ghaziabad.
Yes.
The name is still Ghaziabad or changed name as an operation?
Sir, the name at present is Ghaziabad, but the municipal corporation has proposed 3 names: Gajprast, Dudeshwar Nagar, and Haranandipuram.
So why this, this spree of changing names in Uttar Pradesh? You think it will make any effect on the ground?
So there is a demand from the people, and there is a demand from the elected representatives. So there is a cultural significance, like Gajprast was mentioned in Mahabharata because Ghaziabad was the area. Gajprast means the area of dense forest where elephants lived. That's why Gaj. So it has some cultural significance. So following the 1953 MHA guidelines, it also says that if a ancient place has fallen into decay in terms of culture, then we can change the name.
All right. So you're a civil engineer.
Yes.
Tell me, in Ghaziabad, Greater Noida, and these areas, we are finding real estate doing beyond imagination as compared to other parts of NCR. So why is it so? Is it that demand is there, or is it just the construction is going on and later on maybe the demand will come up?
So the demand is definitely there because the area lies in Delhi NCR. So people who are working in Delhi, in Gurgaon and Noida, they want to have homes in Ghaziabad because it is cheaper compared to it, and we have better transportation facilities like metro, now RRTS also. So there's a demand, and because there's a demand, so builders are also going for more construction.
But there have been many scams also among builders. Amrapali is one example, and some more in that area. So what is the latest? Is there any check from the government in terms of law, or other than what Supreme Court, taking up these issues? That's separate. But
so there is a body called RERA, RERA. So there is that, and moreover, we should have a transparency in the building.
So has RERA been effective?
Sir, there are some instances like Amrapali was one. So there were some infamous incidents, but majorly it has been effective.
Things are better.
Yes.
But the courts are still imposing restrictions, like in shifting to these Amrapali homes also. It is not a free run that anyone who still owns can take up the possession immediately. So why this? There is still some fear that maybe it can be misused.
Sir, there are these challenges also, and there are some environmental challenges also. Like many buildings have been built.
For example, the maintenance part. Amrapali is not there. Supreme Court has got it constructed, but who will take over? Who will maintain it? That is an issue.
Sir, more stakeholders can come in and see what.
Has government done something about it?
Sir, I am not.
You have no idea. Doesn't matter. So, Shikhar, you have mentioned in your DAP that you got some good prize for climate change issue. So, what is it that you worked on? What was your presentation on?
Sir, that year's theme of Engineers Day was Engineering for Change. So my topic was tackling climate change through an engineering perspective.
Good.
So I discussed about using micro irrigation in agriculture so that we can have more efficient water usage. Because of climate change, we are having drought prone areas. And similar on this issue,
So what are the new methods that you propose other than drip or sprinkler? Or you came out with some more?
Sir, I had proposed no innovative, but the techniques that are not used, like remote sensing in flood management, and then there's a bhungro technique in Gujarat where they store the rainwater underground, and one bhungro unit can irrigate 8 to 10 hectare. So we have these best case models.
Shikhar, why does Western countries, they keep criticizing India for their, for not reducing the carbon dioxide emissions? Do you think India, with its own compulsion, it is something which is just not possible?
So there's an issue of phasing down and phasing out. So the developed countries want the developing countries to tackle the climate change, but the developing countries say that the development process will get hampered, and our Honorable Prime Minister has also said that coal, which is a major fossil fuel, will remain an essential part of our energy mix. So we can go for a consensus-based method where we can finance the climate change processes.
Thank you, Shikhar.
Shikhar,
Yes.
UP recently passed a budget. Can you tell us few key features of the budget?
So there will be a distribution of tablets, around 25,000 tablets to the students, and then
Push is towards the agriculture sector. Give a push to the agriculture sector. What are the schemes have been brought?
sir, I have not read about the agriculture.
What is this Prime Minister said in Make in India, that zero defect, zero effect? What is this, the slogan that the products manufactured in India must have zero defect and zero effect? What it means?
Sir,
Have you heard about it?
sir, I have not read in detail.
The RBI had come down very heavily on Paytm Bank. What was the reason? Why it is? What will be the consequences to Paytm Bank?
So there is a subsidiary of Paytm called Paytm Payments Bank. The RBI is saying that they are not following the rules and regulations. Like there were multiple accounts linked to one PAN. That was an issue. Then there is also an issue of money laundering. Many dormant accounts are being used as mule accounts. So these are some issues, and the effect would be that it will show that India is not business friendly as such, because the Paytm is approaching RBI again and again. And secondly, sir, the Paytm has deep integration with FASTag and other services, like shopkeepers also use Paytm. So they will have to shift from this Paytm.
But Paytm UPI will work or it will not work?
Sir, the government is saying that the present wallet, the amount will keep on.
Wallet has anything to do with UPI or no?
Sir, in UPI, it is direct bank accounts, transfer of money.
So it will work or not work?
Sir, according to me, UPI will work.
The prices of rices are increasing, and the government has taken several steps to bring down the prices of rice. So can you please give what are the measures taken by the government to control the prices?
Sir, there can be a ban on.
They can. I'm asking what steps have been already taken by the government?
Sir, I have not read about these steps.
Export ban
Sir, export
of
ban.
non-basmati rice. Haven't you heard about Bharat rice?
Yes, sir.
What is this Bharat rice?
Sir, they are going for one brand called Bharat Rice, so that the price differential is not there in the country.
And what is the cost of this Bharat rice? Have you heard about Bharat Atta?
Sir, I have heard about this Bharat brand. I have not read. I will have to read about it.
Thank you. Shikhar, Kurukshetra.
Yes.
So let's come to Kurukshetra. Why the Mahabharat was fought in Kurukshetra? What is so special about?
Sir, it is said that Lord Krishna sent one of his persons to see where Kurukshetra can happen. And in Kurukshetra, it was seen that two brothers were fighting, and one killed other over a land dispute. So it is mythologically said that this is one reason. Secondly, the reason can be because it is near to Hastinapur, and there is flat land, and there can be easy movement of weaponaries and persons. This can be one of the reasons.
Do you think war is inescapable? Drawing lessons from Mahabharata, war at times becomes inescapable, like it happened there. So what is happening around us? Was there no way out of war? Say Ukraine, Russia, say what is happening in Israel. Are these inescapable events?
Sir, in Kurukshetra war also, it was shown that diplomacy was had taken place before the war happened. Like Lord Krishna asked for 5 villages, then Lord Krishna talked to Draupadi before this fight happened, and there was strategic patience shown. But in the end, the war is inescapable if the parties are not on board and they eventually want to fight. So in Ukraine, Russia also, the diplomacy did not take place to the best extent. So war was escapable, according to me.
And what about Israel, Hamas?
Sir, in Israel-Hamas case also, if diplomacy would have taken place to a greater extent, like there was two-state solution and all the countries were on board, the Western countries, India, China, all the surrounding countries, then it could have been escaped.
Shikhar, India is doing very well in defense sector production. So can you tell me what production we are doing under Make in India in defense sector?
Sir, we are going for 2 defense corridors, one in Uttar Pradesh, one in Tamil Nadu, and we are collaborating with Russia for rifle production. Then we are also collaborating with France to have a joint production of jet engines, and we have also collaborated with USA for a defense technology exchange. These are some of the...
Make in India is what I am saying. What we have done in defense sector under Make in India. Collaboration apart.
So the government has issued guidelines over defense indigenization. So a part of it should be produced in India.
Shikhar, let's come to last question from my side. Industry 5.0. What it is and how is it different from Industry 4.0?
Sir, Industry 4.0 deals with AI, machine learning, and in Industry 5.0, we want to collaborate the human angle and AI. So AI should not replace the human, but should help human in IR 5.0.
Thank you. Shikhar, as civil engineer, how would you help in creating climate resilient infrastructure in your district?
Sir,
IDM?
Sir, we can go for green buildings that are environmentally sustainable. We can also go for net zero buildings that do not use energy, means they generate energy and use it only. Like we have some buildings in Sorabraj, Godrej building in Hyderabad. Then we also have Rajiv Gandhi Airport in Hyderabad. Thirdly, sir, we can also go for proper smart buildings through the smart city missions. These can be.
What about green roads? Green roads. Have you heard of this? Green roads?
Sir, I've heard of green highways.
Green highway, let us see. Okay, what is green highway?
Sir, in green highway, 1 or 2% of the total expenditure is set aside for plantation works and greenery around the highways.
So also in construction of roads, are we now using some environmental friendly techniques or methods which are making helping in green roads? When we say green road, basically they are environmental friendly roads.
Sir, I have read about that in India only they are using plastic and recyclable waste in the in the roads construction. So that is also a part of green roads because we are using
exactly. Yes. Now the Uttarakhand is now having this uniform civil code.
Yes, sir.
So I want to hear from you your comments on particularly 2 aspects. One is the exclusion of tribal from its the jurisdiction, and also this live-in relationship.
Sir, on tribals constitute around 2% of the state population, and we should follow the Nehruvian model of integration. Uh, uh, Seeing that the Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Hindus, these are mainstream populations. They have properly mainstreamed, but the tribal population has not been mainstreamed. So imposing a UCC on them would not be just.
Good.
So,
And what about this live-in relationship?
sir, in this live-in relationship, the idea is good because there has been many cases of violence, and then there is a legitimacy of the child born out of these, and thirdly, there is harassment cases. But the time period, I think, is very short. Like they have said, 1 month. And anybody can approach the institutions for telling them that a person is living in live-in. So there can be harassment. So it can be given a thought.
Okay, good. So you are part of some cleanliness and awareness campaign.
Yes, sir.
So how do you think our Swachh Bharat mission is doing? I mean, any particular aspect of our Swachh Bharat mission which you think is really not doing well?
Sir, in Swachh Bharat mission, what I feel one aspect is that there has not been proper social nudging of people. Like the 15th Finance Commission also said that there is 100% access to the toilets in rural areas, but people are not using it. Firstly is this. Secondly, there is no maintenance of the toilets. Like we have constructed toilets in a village, but the Jal Jeevan mission is yet to come there. So if the people don't have water, how will they use the washrooms? And thirdly, there are cases where one washroom is constructed for a joint family. So according to reports, it is said that it will nudge away the people to use the washrooms. So these are some.
Okay, good. Now, this Saudi Arabia is one of the important countries in the Middle East region. Rather, it has always tried to project itself leader of Sunni Muslims. And now this Israel-Hamas war, it has kept more or less away from this conflict. Of course, it made a statement yesterday, but otherwise, by and large, it is keeping a low profile. What could be the reason in your opinion?
Sir, one of the reasons can be the IMEC project, because there was proposal that Saudi Arabia will normalize its ties with the Israel through the Abraham Accords, and then there will be investment through IMEC. So this can be one. Secondly, Saudi Arabia may be thinking that not going for a full-fledged war. And thirdly, sir, there is Yemen portion, the Yemen country, and there are Houthis. So if Saudi Arabia chooses wrong cards, then the Houthis may backfire.
Thank you, Shikhar. Over to Chairman, sir.
So, Shikhar, any topic or issue which you have flagged which you have mentioned in your DAF, we may not have covered during our conversation? If yes, I can ask one more question.
No, sir, fine.
So, thank you, Shikhar. We are over with the interview. We'll call you again in 2 minutes
Okay.
for the feedback.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So, Shikhar, how did you fare today?
Sir, in some questions like defense and rice, I think I lacked knowledge. So I should have said in front that I don't know.
So, Shikhar, you have a very good personality. You're very alive, very energetic. Good conversation we were having, and your communication was good. You were pretty comfortable in the ease with which you could answer, despite the fact that you may not have been able to answer some of the questions, but still you had you kept your cool and all. So only little about contents, and so widen your knowledge. These questions are only samples, but it reflects that somewhere something is missing, especially when we try to dwell on the subjects related with your DEF. This is what is going to happen there also. So you weren't bad. I mean, don't feel that way. It's just a matter of how to improve you further. And since you're very bright, you could really do very well. And I liked your civil engineering question about Amrapali and all. So Ghaziabad also you gave some reference of some earlier decision. So that was good. And climate change also, it was very good. So, Shikhar, you have to just plug some of the knowledge gaps.
Yes.
Right? And I would only suggest that with the time that you have, about 10-12 days, concentrate more on your DAV, whether it is Ghaziabad. Uttar Pradesh would be a very, with Ram Mandir thing and tourism and 1 trillion, Holy Triangle, Golden Triangle, many golden triangles have come up now. With all this, you would be, and civil engineering, of course, can lead to other engineering issues. And climate change, of course, you have written yourself. And even water scarcity, I don't know whether anyone asked this question, but some of them being from Delhi, they may. What did you do on water scarcity?
Sir, I proposed some solutions as to what we can do.
What was, just come up with 1 or 2?
Sir, firstly is the Yamuna rejuvenation. Through the Yamuna YRP plan,
So that will take you to Yamuna issue also, pollution of Yamuna. Lately, some report had again come that things are not so good. What else?
Sir, second was the decentralization of STPs. In Israel, they use 86% of the wastewater is recycled. So in the non-potable water needs, we can go for this. And thirdly was the City of Lake project. At that time, it was a pilot project. Now they have come with a City of Lakes project.
So, whatever are your recommendations, that one aspect is what you recommended in your report. But they will not confine themselves to this. They will dig more about, how much groundwater is taken, how much surface water, what are the various ways, how can we, take more water from Yamuna, whatever, some more project. So work on, update your report basically to the present needs. Okay. So that's it. Let's hear other members also.
प्लीजिंग पर्सनालिटी, गुड कम्युनिकेशन स्किल, और थोड़ा सा अपडेट करो. यूपी बजट के बारे में पढ़ो, यूनियन बजट के बारे में पढ़ो. राइस के प्राइसेस बहुत बढ़ रहे हैं, सदर्न स्टेट में तो खासकर बढ़ रहे हैं. बासमती का उपज ठीक हो गया, नॉन बासमती ठीक नहीं हुआ सदर्न स्टेट्स में किसी भी कारणवश इसके वजह से. तो सरकार काफ़ी कदमें उठा रही है. रिटेलर, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर, साहब स्टॉकिस्ट को बोला आपने डिक्लेयर करो अपने ऐसे क्या है करके. भारत राइस लेके आई है, एक्सपोर्ट बैन कर दिया, तो काफ़ी कदम उठाया है. तो 29 रुपये का सरकार चावल दे रही है जो बाहर कहीं नहीं मिलता. तो भारत आटा, भारत राइस, भारत दाल, इनके बारे में अभी चल रहा है चर्चा. लाया भी है, ऐसे नहीं है कि हर जगह अवेलेबल है आटा, दाल, राइस. कल परसों ही लॉन्च हुआ है. तो पढ़ोगे तो आपको पता चलेगा. और क्यों लाया जा रहा है उसके रीजन भी है, इसीलिए. ऑल द बेस्ट.
शिखर, 2-3 चीजें हैं. पर्सनैलिटी बहुत अच्छी है, कम्युनिकेशन बहुत अच्छा है, नो डाउट. कुरुक्षेत्र, उसकी कहानियां और देख लेना, क्योंकि वन वर्जन इज दैट एनीबडी हु डाइज देयर गोज टू हेवन. So there is a whole linkage of that. Number 2 is war unavoidable, that you connect what efforts go back to the days and justify that there were no diplomatic efforts made. Number 3 is made in India for defense. कैसे भूल गए? तेजस, अर्जुन, धनुष, cheetah.
At that point, didn't.
So
Yes.
remember.
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear कि वो जो इंडिया 26 जनवरी में कितना दिखाया है ना. So remember that. Wish you all the best.
Shikhar, I think all points have been covered. Nothing more to add. Just small observation in your introduction. Don't say about your third attempt.
Okay, sir.
That this is my third attempt. Don't mention. Simply name your state, your education, and hobbies.
Okay, sir.
All the best.
Shikhar, any questions from your side?
No, sir. No question.
So, Shikhar, you have a very good personality. You have to build on it.
Okay, sir.
But I would say that you are one of the rare candidates who has a good personality and who could build only by good content and knowledge base. You will touch 70%. Today we are giving you 63%. Basically to make you realize.
Yes.
Right? And let me tell you, 10 days are enough. If you really get onto it with full vigor. All the best.
Thanks.
All the best.
All the best.